back, Ponderers, to another episode of Pop Culture Ponders. I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And this week was a little rough.
It was harrowing.
Amanda caused a mutiny, threw us off the ship.
Almost drowned.
Yeah, we had to swim to an island. Well, actually, we swam to shore. We were on the lake. But had to brave the elements.
Yes, absolutely.
Watch out for bears in the Adirondacks.
I have no outdoor skills. We've discussed this in the zombie episode. Thank God you were there.
Yeah. And then had a hitchhike back from New York to New Jersey.
Do have hitchhiking skills. That is what I bring.
Yeah.
So.
And worst of all, since this is actually now the Pirates of the Caribbean episode, like, she didn't even leave us stranded with the one shot and a pistol.
Yeah. Come on. The rum, all gone.
There was none. She was so inconsiderate.
just the worst. Our sweet Amanda.
Yeah. All right. So back to our episode. We're going to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, our promised episode has finally arrived.
Yeah. So now I'm thinking we'll go through all five. Maybe which one was your favorite?
Okay.
Who's your pirate bestie out of all of them?
Okay.
Favorite ship?
Nice.
Now this is the last question I'm going to ask. So, but is Jack Sparrow a genius or just the luckiest SOB you've ever seen?
Okay, so this is our mounting inquiry throughout the episode.
And which episode or which movie would you think you could survive in? And like,
oh, okay, cool. Like, what's my adventure of choice?
Yeah, if you had to pick between, because technically I think there's 5 movies, but there's 4 technically, because 2 and 3 were the same.
Right, exactly. Like it's yeah, they break down into like similar parts. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. All right, where do you want to start? What's your initial inquiry? What's your first ponder?
So, and also what is your favorite ship out of the 5 movies?
Oh, yeah.
And I have them listed if you.
Okay, cool. Because I was going
go
to say I'm definitely not going to be able to remember all of the ships. Probably.
Okay, so the first one is the main staple of Pirates of the Caribbean,
yes,
the Black Pearl.
The Black Pearl, which I will always love the Black Pearl.
I feel like this is an unfair advantage, but that was one. Then we had the Flying Dutchman, which was Davy Jones's ship. Queen Anne's Revenge, which is Blackbeard's ship.
Okay, yes.
The Interceptor, which was the English ship.
Right, that's our naval ship that comes in.
And then Silent Mary, which is Captain Salazar from the 5th movie. Okay.
So, of course, there's no question. We're going to start off with the iconic Black Pearl. The Black Pearl might be my favorite just because of what she is. I'm a big fan of Black Pearls just in my own life. I absolutely love that. And there is something about the way that ship looks. It's so beautiful. Like the darkness of it, the long tattered sails, the way that it moves. I do love the Black Pearl. But I think that it might be the Flying Dutchman.
Okay.
As my favorite ship. Because there's something for me about Davy Jones, like we had the tentacles playing on the huge organ that were coming through the ship. We had the men that were slowly dissolving and becoming part of it. There was something about that ship that it summed up to me truly like a pirate's dread. Like that is what pirates were afraid of. When you heard those tales of like a sea ship, like those curses that were on the water and the things that they really scared each other, that would have been that kind of ship rising up from the depths and really like pulling you in and taking you under. So that might be my favorite of the ships, followed by the Black Pearl.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Now,
okay.
I did name my car when I had the black Subaru. It was the Black Pearl.
Oh, okay, cool. So we have a clear winner for you. There's a strong outsider.
That isn't technically the winner, but I think the Queen Anne's Revenge, because
okay.
I like you said, the Flying Dutchman was cool because it submerged, it did all that stuff, but the Blackbeard ship, the flamethrowers that shot out the front of that.
Yeah, now that is a cool defensive
Awesome.
capability. That is a nice ship bonus.
And I'm not 100% sure if it was just because Blackbeard had the magic sword that controlled the ropes and the ship.
Yeah, but the fact that it could like do its own thing.
Yeah, that was pretty insane.
That was pretty baller. Good choice. Okay, not bad.
But yeah, that was my choice. So the Queen Anne's Revenge is
that
the
is
ship
your ship.
of my
Okay,
choice.
ship of choice. And yeah, okay, so you're gonna go with Queen Anne's. I've got the Flying Dutchman. Sadly, apparently, we're both gonna leave the Black Pearl behind. That can be Jack's. That's his ship.
Yeah, I don't want to take Captain Jack's ship, but All right. Now, another question I had was,
Okay.
which movie was your favorite out of the five?
So I'm a huge sucker for the first one. It is one of my favorites. I do love that. And like one of my like really like for a long time favorite films. Absolutely love that. I remember being a teenager and buying like one of the golden curse coins from Hot Topic and like having it as a necklace and like wearing that around. Absolutely loved that movie. Had just come off of my Lord of the Rings fever, which, as we know, was strong.
Yeah.
And so having little baby Orlando Bloom show up in another film, I was just like, oh my gosh, yay, more of him. That was lovely. Couldn't get over that. So the first one has a very, very sweet spot for me. But I also really like, by the time you get to like the third one, as we progress through the series, as we drift away from like some of the reality, there was something really fun. I really enjoyed Calypso.
Yeah.
She was an element for me that was absolutely fantastic. And also when Captain Jack, when he essentially dies and goes into that like afterlife realm, and as you're seeing like that insanity within him like come to life, I was like, oh, this is some really fun stuff. I was also a big fan of the Pirate Council. So
I think we might be on the same.
I was gonna say I'm having a really hard time because like I feel like it should be number one. All right, make your arguments, and then I'll make a final decision.
One was fantastic. It was so well like done that the music to my wedding
Yes.
was that the intro to Pirates of the Caribbean where Captain Jack's sailing in
Fantastic.
and the ship is sinking and he's still standing
like it's
that's what me
in
and
my
my
head, as you say
groomsmen
it.
walked into for
Perfect.
my wedding, and it was a fight with Amanda to try to get like everything in our wedding was movie related because it's me.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But
Why would it not?
side note, somehow I talked her into Jurassic Park for the girls, which
Oh,
unbelievable.
nice. Like, right? Amazing.
Yeah.
She must have just been like, I don't recognize it. I don't know what this
Yeah,
is.
she's like,
I'll
no,
walk to
no one
whatever
will know
you
what
say.
it is. It's like, no, everybody,
everyone
will know.
Everyone but you.
Yeah. But yeah, so the first one, loved it to death. Like, watched it. I don't even know how many times
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you at this point how many
But-
times I've watched that one.
I think 1 and 2 were my favorite, just because it was Davy Jones was awesome,
Right.
and like you said, the Pirate Council, like
Yes, there was something amazing about that and the different. Every so often, I'll still be doing something or whatever, and somebody will ask, and I'll be like, ah, Sisumbaji votes for Sisumbaji.
Yeah.
Because it's just like one of those little moments. But yeah, there's something really fun. They did a great job in all of the movies. They really did something fun about like expanding that world. They
And
make it
also-
seem like so real.
I can't remember his name, but you just said it.
Sisumbaji.
Yeah. So I
He's
like
one of
when-
my favorites.
When like he has the guy always talking for him, and then
Yes,
when he
his
finally
little
talks,
voice.
and then his tiny like high pitched voice in everybody's face is like,
Sisumbaji, vote for Sisumbaji.
Yeah,
It's
everybody's
one of
looking
my
at him like, what
favorite
the hell?
moments. To this day, I can still watch that scene and be like, oh, Sisumbaji, I can't wait for your vote.
Yeah.
Yes, and I do. And like, they pulled great people too. Like we have Keira Knightley, you've got Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
You do have Orlando, and then like when you get to the like places like the Pirate Council, you have Keith Richards playing his dad.
Yeah.
Like it really is. Like it's a fantastic franchise. They have really fun casting through all of them. Yeah, so there's something about those first couple that really they really strike me every single time. I absolutely love them.
and the one line from that scene where they're getting all 9 pieces of 8,
Yes.
And- and then I forget who it was, but someone looks at him and goes,
Have you
this-
kept it safe for me?
well, no, yeah,
It's
that
Joffrey Rush who Barbosa.
yeah, but yeah, that part's funny too.
Oh, that
'cause,
one's
like,
always
it's his eye, like
It
really.
gets me every time.
But I like the part where everybody's like, "These are the treasures. This is all junk."
Mm-hmm.
And Barbosa looks at him, and goes, "What do you want? The 9 pieces of 8 junks? Like,
Yeah, like right, we weren't gonna call it that, and we were poor. Like we're pirates. What
Yeah.
do you think we had in our fucking pockets?
Yeah.
Garbage. Yeah, absolutely amazing. And then again, like that scene with Calypso too. Again, I'm gonna because like that's one of my favorites. I'm gonna go back to that moment. I love that movie with her. But as like the pirate, as he's calling her out or whatever, Calypso, and he's like so dramatic or whatever, and it's like no, that's not how you like. It's literally bring it all the way down. There's a few iconic lines or moments in these films that I totally love.
Yeah, no, I think 2 and 3 were my favorite. Just Davy Jones was outstanding.
The beginning of that franchise every time for me is absolutely amazing.
And I like the fact that you see Johnny Depp's character struggle, because at the end his friend Will Turner is dying.
Yes.
And it was, do I go for eternal life or do I save my friend?
Right. There is a genuine choice here. Like it's one of those things that he's not completely sunk into like the archetype of his character, and you watch him really like struggle and like making choices. Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun watching that character evolve. He was great as Jack Sparrow. There's something great about that role and the way he played it.
I don't think they could have nailed that character any better.
No, I really don't know. And I'm not even sure who else they considered for that role, but there is literally not anyone in that timeline that I can think of that I would have put in that place and that could have done even close to the same thing. No. Nobody.
And give a shout out to Johnny Depp here, but the fact that while they were filming, he would go in character to the children's hospital to see the kids,
right?
I think is amazing. Like
that's one of the best.
He's just an all-around good guy, I feel like.
That's got to be so fun for like to be a kid and have Jack Sparrow show up there. Yeah.
I mean, if I was a kid and I saw that, I'd be
over the moon. Yeah. Over the moon, exactly.
But all right, so that'll bring me into my next question now. Which character do you think you would relate to the most?
Let's see.
Because there's a lot of good characters. I mean, you have Will Turner, Elizabeth Swann.
Yeah. So this is going to be a multi-pronged question, as it usually is. Pretty much anytime I'm watching something, any film, any movie, anything that I really love, whenever I'm looking at the world, whenever I imagine this question, there's two versions of it. There's two versions of the answer. There's who I really love, like who and who I'm just like, oh my God, you're amazing. You're my character. You're the one in the movie that I'm totally into. And then there's the person that I think I'm actually most like as a human being.
Yeah.
They're rarely the same. So the character that I love, and I've said it repeatedly, but in terms of who I'm all about, it's freaking Calypso.
Okay.
And she's not through the entire series. I do have, so like, it's one of those things, if I'm picking somebody that shows up in the majority of the movies, frankly, I would probably pick Barbossa.
Okay.
There's something a little bit edgy about him, and I like that he's smart enough to be in the middle or close to the thing, but never completely subsumed by it. Like Will and Elizabeth, they really like a huge part of their life gets destroyed and chewed up by this entire life. Jack is this larger than life figure, but because of that, he lacks he doesn't get to really like slow down and enjoy moments. There's something about Barbossa. He gets to a point where he's like, awesome, I figured out how to work this entire system, and I'm just running my game in the corner. So I do love him as somebody that shows up the entire time. But iconic characters for me in this series, it's Calypso. There is something about both the way that she portrays the human witch and the goddess that she rises up to be, and the way that she's been trapped in this form, and the entire story around her. That sense of, because what she represents, of course, is the sea. It's the ocean itself. It is that sense of what a pirate always wants to claim. What we're looking for is a way to take over something that is greater than we will ever be, but still being so close to it and in love with it. I'm an ocean person, always have been. And so that representation of her thrills me. Absolutely love it. Now, in terms of who I think I actually am, it's definitely going to be our little pirate duo that's off to the side.
Okay.
And I'm not going to be able to tell you their names, but exactly. Thank you. I was going to say, I can't tell you these two characters' names. They're in all of the movies. But exactly, our piece of nine, our little eye, and then his little balding friend, who are just scuttling around behind everyone, and they don't really get what's going on. They are not in charge of anything. That's me. That's going to be my long-term, in terms of my actual life. That's probably who I am, where I'm just like, hey, I'm here too. But those are my two answers.
So basically that's us doing this podcast right now.
Yes, exactly. Like I feel like we embody to some degree that energy where we're just like, hey, we're on the adventure. It's fine.
Because they were on my list.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm glad that they also made it.
The person I think I would most be related to or relate to is Gibbs.
Oh,
Captain Jack's
excellent.
first mate.
Another fantastic choice.
Just because,
Thank you.
You know how many times like he talks to Jack and like he's just lost and it's like, or he fell asleep drunk on the dock.
Being
That would be me.
splashed
And
awake.
Amanda like, Amanda's like,
Exactly.
where'd the car go? It's right here. We're on the no,
That is
no,
a
it's gone.
great question. I will find the car.
Yeah.
I will figure out where it has gone.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I feel like, see, and like you need these sorts of people on this kind of adventure.
Yeah.
Quest thing. You need little random background people. I'm going to be your little hobbit on your Lord of the Rings quest. I am your first mate. I'm just over here swabbing the deck on your pirate ship. You need me here. I'm not supposed to have main character energy. Not all of us can. Okay.
So we'll let Amanda and Gina be the captains.
Yes,
for us.
exactly. Like they've got steering and navigation and like long-term plans. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey guys, have you seen all the shiny things in this box over here? Super fun. Let's play dress up.
Yeah.
That's my vibe.
Because I'm totally the person that it's like, hey, this is what we're doing, make it work, and that to me is Gibbs.
Yes, exactly. Right, exactly. I really am in this for the pirate or for the monkey and or parrot and accessories, guys. I'm happy to be part of the ship. I don't want to be charting a course.
And thank you for saying that because I totally forgot to add this to my questions.
Okay.
But if you were a pirate, what would your pet be?
Okay, because we have two examples of pirate pets. We have two examples of pirate pets in here. We have both the monkey and the parrot. So, frankly, I think I end up with the monkey. Okay, I think I'm gonna be a monkey girl.
Yeah.
Because I want the little sneaky thievery aspects. I want somebody I can play with, and I talk too much to have someone on my shoulder constantly yabbering in my ear. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't need any more encouragement to be speaking out loud. So the parrot's not helping anyone.
I mean, I do want a parrot one day, but I don't know if that would be that. But I also do want like a pet raccoon, really. But like
I don't know if that's a pirate pet,
that
but I
would
like
be
the
a
aspiration.
pirate pet. But I would probably be the same with you and go with the spider monkey.
Exactly. Like there's just no way. Like again, I want you to really imagine that I have something on my shoulder that I've trained to talk with me 24/7. How long do you think that Gina keeps me around? 3 days, 4 days at max before she's like, oh my god, you've never shut up, and now there's two of you. I just can't do it. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna go with the monkey. I think it's the monkey.
I think that's a well done choice.
It's a solid choice.
Solid. All right. Now, I know we just went with who you would relate to, but who would be your bestie on the ship?
Okay, which is a different question. Okay, so, and it's going to depend kind of on which ship I'm on, but you know what? It still might be Barbosa. I don't know. It's going to come down. Okay, so like it might be Barbosa. My man is looking for a little bit of once we get past the whole like I've been cursed for immortality or whatever. Once we get done, all my man is really looking for is just the high life, all right? He just wants to be pampered. He wants to be fancy. He wants fine foods around him. He wants an extravagant experience.
Which you see this by the end of the fifth movie.
Thank you. Exactly. Like my man has just squirreled his way into a high position. So I feel like Barbosa and I would have a great time just scheming, running around, just causing mischief everywhere. He's a high choice for me. And then I think, like my second choice is frankly going to be somebody like Gibbs, where I'm just like, hey, cool. We're just going to have like a nice solid time all the time. Like we can just hang out, chat on the deck. Like I don't have to worry about whatever grand mischief you're getting me into. You're not causing some huge hijink that I have to get myself out of later. I feel like one of those is my ultimate choice.
Yeah, I could see either one of those.
But yeah, all right.
Gibbs was on my list as one of them.
Okay, and then who else? I was going to say, what do you pick?
Because I don't know. Just the stupid stuff I do and everything else that like drives Amanda crazy. I feel like it'd be Jack.
Yeah.
Just because
you could pal around with Jack.
I tend to do stupid stuff, and I don't know how I've been married for almost 10 years now. It's a mystery. I think my wife might have mental issues because she married me.
That could be.
I don't know.
We're not sure.
Something must be wrong with her to stay with me. But
we are suspicious about something. We're just not sure what.
I just don't know what it is. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But.
Yeah, but exactly. I could see like a lot of, and then again, it's the kind of thing that like she shows up and she's like, okay, can you explain to me why you purchased the 12 elephants and then planned to loading them on the boat? And he's like, well, the plan was, and you're like, yeah, Jack said the plan was. And I can see that exactly like how that conversation goes every time.
That would be me.
Yeah.
But Yeah, that would definitely be
Yeah.
something I would do.
Right?
Just she comes home and she's like, "There's a pool."
After the
It's like,
third
well, I was drinking. And
exactly, after the third bottle of rum. It all makes sense.
it all makes sense. Like I had a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
That's
things.
probably
This is like a true life thing, and
Yeah.
like I said, I'm
It's
not
an
sure
already
how
lived scenario.
I'm married or not murdered at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Some of us, we just get that mysterious luck.
Yeah.
We just take it.
I'm not gonna look the gift horse in the mouth here.
Exactly.
But now, my second to final question.
Okay.
Now, which adventure do you think you would be able to survive? So you have the cursed treasure from the first movie. You have the black spot from Davy Jones and then just taking over the ship.
Mm-hmm.
To the Fountain of Youth from the fourth movie. And then Poseidon's Trident, which was movie 5.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if we're going from movie to movie, 5 just seems ridiculous when you're talking. You got the mermaids and they're coming at you, and it's like
we have reached. It's like the Die Hard phenomenon where we start off and you're like, cool, you're a regular cop, and then by movie 5 you're like, oh, you jump motorcycles onto helicopters. Got it. Like I'm with it.
Now then you go into the Fountain of Youth too. Now you got you got to deal with pirates. You have to deal with the
Spanish Armada, right? It is the Spanish Armada at that point. We've
I
switched from the East India Co.
I did mess this up because the mermaids were from 4, not 5.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because like they have it at the same
time,
right? Exactly. They need the tier. So this is. I will tell you. I'm gonna be honest. This is a movie where my recollection is relatively shaky because I remember watching it after I had brain surgery, and was still in recovery phase. Was having a really hard time with plots or whatever. And I remember. So I was watching it with my future brother-in-law, my brother-in-law now at the time, Joe. Also Joe.
Yep.
And we were sitting there watching it, and Gina comes in, my wife comes in, and she goes, and I've been sitting on the couch for like an hour and a half watching this movie because he was like, it'll be great, we'll put it on. And she comes in and she's like, what is happening? And I was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know. I know that they need a mermaid tier, and I know that they're looking for immortality.
Yeah.
Don't know anything else that's happening in this movie. That was a tricky time to figure it out.
That whole thing just seemed crazy because now they're dealing with these mermaids, like, and then on top of it, now they have the Spanish coming.
This is very reassuring for me. It lets me know that it wasn't just the two, like it wasn't just brain surgery that was doing this for me.
There was a lot going on.
It was a confusing movie. I'm glad.
And I don't think I'd be able to do that one, to be honest with you. And then number 5 was also ridiculous because now you're fighting ghosts, pretty much.
Yes. Okay. Because again, this is like a 2-prong answer for me. Because you asked, which one do I think I'm most likely to survive?
Yeah.
Frankly, that's the Black Pearl. Because surviving that one is super, super easy. I just get a coin. Done. Business handled. I've survived.
That's true.
Is it a pleasurable existence? No. But I could do it for a really long time. Okay?
Well, you'd have to because you would be immortal.
However long I've got the coin for, I'm doing really well. So that's the one that I think I could probably survive the easiest. But the intrigue of the Fountain of Youth is always there. So it's one of those things, I don't know necessarily that I want to be immortal. Immortality is a tricky bargain. Yeah. I think forever is a longer time than people can truly comprehend. But you could throw a few hundred years my way, as we've talked about, and I'd be happy about that. Or I could, I'd be happy to market it. That's one of the things that you see in any Fountain of Youth thing. They're like, oh no, it's so immoral to sell it. You can't like give that away. And I'd be like, oh no. I'd be putting that in like little 6-packs and just black marketing that all the time and making crazy money off of that. So that's probably the adventure that intrigues me the most. But I think I have the least chance of surviving it because, frankly, I don't have mermaid abilities. Yeah. They are terrifying. In every legend I've ever read, they will drown you. And that's long before we get to the fact that I really don't understand what's happening. So that's not the one for me.
Yeah, no, I think the only one, like you said, would be the first one.
Thank you. Okay, cool. As long as that seems like the reasonable choice.
It would be the most likely for me to survive. Will I survive? I don't think so.
Yeah. Now that's a whole other thing.
It all seems way too.
Yeah. I want to make myself very clear for you, for our listeners and viewers at home, for anybody involved in the situation. In any disaster movie, I do plan on being one of the first to die. I do plan on going down very early in any zombie apocalypse and any end of the world and any type of like environmental. I am a 24 to 72 hour girl. Okay, we're calling it quick. I have certain skills and abilities. Frankly, I'm going to trip myself into an early death, okay? I'm just going to be carrying supplies out to the car and just whoops. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be good. So, in any of these movies, I don't actually think I'm going to survive. But if I have a chance, it's by holding on to a coin. That's the only thing I might be capable of on the list.
Yeah. Because then you can get stabbed, whatever else, and...
That's the, yeah, right? Honestly, that might help me in just general life. If anyone has a curse coin, please send it in. I'll carry it around in my pocket. That's fine. There you go. Yeah.
Now, here's my question. Big one. This is my big question. Now, is Captain Jack a genius?
Okay.
Or is he just the luckiest son of a bitch you've ever met?
Ha. So.
This is tricky.
I know, it really is. It really is. It really
because is. There's that one scene, and I can't remember which movie it was, but the one guy looks at the captain and goes, that has to be the greatest pirate of all time.
When he one man, it's in the first one, when he one man manages, because like they're coming after him, so he's taking the ship out or whatever, and they're like, oh cool, we have to go get him. He's managed to get away. And so they get their entire pirate ship up and running. They're not their pirate ship, but they get the entire Armada ship up and running to go chase him or whatever.
Right. So
and he managed to swing back over and be like, cool, now that this, because you're right, one man can't run an entire ship.
Yeah.
But you got this one moving, and so I can't take it now. Beautifully done. And my man Jack, he gets through too much to really have it all be dumb luck. We managed to make it through Cannibal Island. He managed to become a quasi-god for a little bit. He finagles immortality on more than one occasion. He has an understanding. He even if you look at his cunning with the compass, there is something in the fact that he managed to get it, hold it, and use it in a way that nobody else is really productive with.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that it's not necessarily that he is, is the man rolling some crazy lucky dice, of course.
Oh, absolutely. There's no way that all this falls into place every time.
Yeah, that's just coming through. But for me, the real question is which side of the line, because it is a thin line that separates genius from insanity. Which side of the line do I think he falls on more often? I think it might be insanity.
Well, you saw
but when he touches genius, he uses it very well.
Yeah, because you see the insanity when he's in Davy Jones's locker.
Yeah.
He shoots himself over a peanut.
Yeah, right? My man has some deep-seated issues here. Exactly. He is not well. But I don't think that that's all luck. I don't think that my man is running on pure chance in the universe. No, I think that there's something going on under that flamboyant hat and all those braids and the wraps.
But here's my thought.
Okay.
And is he playing the lucky card? Like, he actually has this all up in his head and makes you think that he's insane.
Right.
To where everybody, like, kind of counts him down and out. And then, poof, he disappears. Now he's...
Exactly. And it's become even more. Because it's one of those things, like, by the time you meet him in the Black Pearl, the first time that we meet him, he already has an entire myth. Like, it's one of those things, Jack Sparrow is already a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that there is, like, he might be smart enough that he's just, like, long conning everyone. It might be, like, the deep game where he's had a plan the entire time and just manipulating everyone around him.
See, my thought to this goes all the way to the last movie where he strands Captain Salazar in the Devil's Triangle, I think it was?
Right, exactly.
And the captain dies. Jack gets the treasure of 8, or I can't remember the exact words.
Yes, exactly.
He gets the pieces. That's it. So he gets that, and then now he's taking over. He throws the anchor in, does a quick U-turn. Like, man's got some game,
right?
And you see this as a young kid, or he like in the movie he had to be like in his 20s or whatever.
Right.
Does this whole maneuver with a ship, newly captain, and defeats the guy. Like,
right.
And then you watch all these other movies, like, maybe he is a little smarter than we make him out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not just a basic and like we're working on a higher level for sure. I think so. For fun, since we're on it too, I'm also gonna throw out one of the best sword fights. One of the best sword fights to ever be recorded on film is, in that very first one, the fight between Jack Sparrow and Will within the blacksmith shop.
Yeah.
When he's got the sword and this can be broken down to, like, I'm going to be a super nerd. If you go into sword fighting choreography, if you break down sword fighting choreography, it's in sections called phrases. And that is phrase for phrase, the way that those two characters interwork and go through that scene, one of the best sword fights that has ever been recorded on film. Little moments like that, like there's a level of intelligence, like even if you look at the way that he maneuvers through that scene, it is something truly stunning. That little bit of choreography still captures me to this day. It is so beautifully done.
Oh, absolutely.
And people underestimate that all the time, but like I can go into that all day long. So yeah, I think that you're right. I think that Captain Jack is probably smarter than most people ever expect, and probably more on the ball than he's ever given credit for. I'm with you. I've come around. I think that's it.
I'm just saying, like,
yes.
Like you said, it's a fine line.
Yes,
but
between.
I think his genius plays it out that he is more insane and lucky.
Yes, he's convinced everyone else that he's on the other side of the line.
I mean, just look at his epic run. Like,
right? What my man has pulled off.
I mean, people still do the run to this day. Like, it's just so much fun.
Yes, which another fun, like the fact that, again, like that's one of those behind the scene moments too. We're going to go back to like Johnny Depp as an actor and the way that he chose to play this character, because when Disney, like when the execs first saw that portrayal or whatever, they were like, no, you go back, you re-record it, this is not the character that we want, this is not how we wanted it to come out. And he was like, no, I'm sure that this is how the character is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
If you want it done differently, you can fire me and hire someone else. But if you want me to play this, then this is how I play it. And obviously the man was right, because Jack Sparrow is probably the most iconic pirate in pop culture. Like, I can't think of anybody else that I put before him in terms of a pirate.
I mean, you have Captain Hook.
Okay, cool. Because that was
iconic
in my head too.
But,
but like, I don't know.
But Captain Hook's a character that people like, but I don't think he's as loved as
right.
Captain
Exactly. Jack. Like, if I'm picking a costume at a Comic-Con, if I'm looking at if somebody's gonna say pirate to me, I think Jack's gonna come up in my brain before Hook does. They might both show up, but I think Jack is the one.
I mean, if I ever have like enough money in the future to where I could just buy stupid stuff, which I tend to do anyway, but I would probably buy an authentic Captain Jack Sparrow hat, because that hat is awesome.
Such a hat. Yeah, for sure. Nice. Excellent.
And I'm not 100% sure if I have anything else for this episode, but that's...
No, I feel like that was great. Excellent questions. I loved that. And like it's such a fun franchise. It was fun to kind of like dip back in. Those are some interesting questions and some moments that I hadn't, or things that I hadn't really thought about within that. Yeah. All right, so let us know. We want to know, what is your favorite of the Pirates films? What is your favorite of the Pirates films? What's your ship? What's your ship of choice? Who is your ally? Who do you identify with? And tell us, are we right or are we wrong? Is Captain Jack, is he insane? Is he with it? Is my man... Yeah. Is he the peak or is he the bottom? Tell us what you think.
Or is he just so lucky that...
yeah, right?
Just always comes out on top.
This is all just a little bit of magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Excellent. All right, so I'm Lauren.
I'm Joe.
And we will see you guys next week. Have a great time.